In this jump project training video, we're going to have a look at 3 fun ways your alliance can really boost your jumper and have a bit more fun, or at least have something to do whilst it's making a jumper, because sometimes it can be a little boring after those first 2 days of building and researching. There's not a lot to do, especially now that they've taken away gathering from the map to buy things from the courier station. We're having to think outside the box of ways we can boost that jumper. For this example, this here hidden LSR, which is one of my failed speed runs, is going to act as your jumper, and these other here support accounts are going to act as the other jumpers in your project. We're also going to imagine though that jumper here, number 5, is in fact a support account, which means it's above level 7, which is going to be important for this example. So let's now go and see what we can do. The first event that you could hold as a project, which is hard to do on your own, but if there's a few of you doing together, is a fun way to boost the account. It's to have an achievement party. So a time set where you all come online and can help each other boost your jumper with achievements. Why would you do this? Well, eventually you will have all the achievements. By the end of KVK 1, you will have all the achievements that you're going to try and do now. But the reason you're going to bring them forward is because the gold key rewards and 5-minute speeds up that you generate from achievements are valuable to a jumper, but not valuable to somebody at the end of KVK 1 when you usually achieve them. So we're trying to bring forward the reward so they're more valuable to the account. The first thing you would do in this event is, an R4 would be managing it. He would create a list of everybody that has one of the epic commanders that is needed for a complete set, and of course legendary commander of the OG legendary commanders that are also achievements if you defeat them in battle. Then one player will send a march out close to the other jumpers. Then they will leave the alliance, which is like so. Then the other players will attack using just one troop, and each of the commanders that are on the list, so that that player is getting the full selection of commanders. Let's have a little look, which each have an achievement. There's Bella, and we're going to do another one here. So obviously this is going to take me a little while on my own, but it will be quite quick if there's a few of you. And also, in number 5 here is in fact a support account. It will be able to also attack that person's city 10 times, which is also another great achievement. There we go. And the support account has just lost 100 battles as well. That's an achievement, which is something easy you can do during this event. So once that person has got all of the commander achievements, they can then rejoin the alliance, and then there's one more achievement they need to do once they do that. So join, and that's to have a victory on their own turf or on their own territory. There we go, rejoin, and then one of the other players has to leave the alliance and attack you whilst you are on your own land, and that's another achievement. So there we go. Now there's other things you can do whilst the event is ongoing or whilst you're waiting for your turn. There are some simple things you can do, such as change your profile picture 20 times. That's an easy one. You can go into your commander view and change your commander once, which is a 5 score, and then you can change it 100 times, which is then another 20 points on achievements. There's other achievements you can have, such as killing a barbarian that's 200 kilometers from your camp. And then if we go here into achievements, you should have a whole list to collect, which should have 5-minute speed ups, which, as you say, helpful now, but not so helpful at the end of KVK1. And you should, at the very least, have 3 gold keys from the Vanquish achievement, and you should be well on your way to the 5 gold keys here, which is available there. Why do this? As I said, to bring those rewards forward, also to come together as a team and have some achievements and a bit of fun. And I say also to alleviate some of the boredom of making a jumper, and also it helps engage players so that they are online. Otherwise, it's quite easy to start a jumper and then it becomes boring, and if you're not training those troops, it's not going to have a decent size of power. So this is just a one way that after those first 2 days of building and research, that you can come online and do something together. The next event we're going to look at is, of course, the traditional Lohar party. This event requires support accounts that have brought along either the blue Lohar or the green Lohar. There are a few things though that you need to consider when you join this event. Firstly, the earlier you have this event, the more value it will give. For example, on the first day when you only have level 6 barbarians to kill, coming together and killing blue Lohar will significantly increase your chances of getting far more rewards. Unfortunately, Dauntless Lohar, it is a loot table which can go from half an hour to 1.5 hours, right up to 8 hours in reward. Plus, of course, those Lohar heads, which is another epic commander, and his third skill very early in the game is possibly one of the best things you can have. If you are a large jump group, obviously you may have a significant number of blue Lohar to farm, because really the green Lohar are a much less reward, but there is something you should keep in mind. Firstly, the blue Lohar are pretty hard to kill. So obviously this account isn't really a jumper, so I've got a significant number of troops to kill. So if you're a small jump group, killing blue Lohar might be incredibly difficult until you've got that support account or multiple support accounts to the point where they can definitely take it. But what you need to think about is, do you want to spend 140 AP on a junior Lohar? Because the support accounts can run them easily themselves, and then instead you are farming the Alliance gifts. So let's say you have multiple support accounts, you can just do nothing and collect the Alliance gifts. What you can also remember is that it is rude to fill up a Lohar march. Instead of I've sent 75,000 troops to this one, but let's say this Lohar march was about to be completely full, you get the exact same reward whether you send your full march or 1 troop. So it's not like a fort where you will get a far reduced reward. You will get exactly the same chance on the exact same loot table if you send just 1 troop. So what we're going to do is complete these 2 Lohars and have a look at the rewards together. But as you say, take my word for it, significantly better than farming level 6 and 7 barbarians. Although nearing the end of your jump, when the Lohar event is running, you may choose not to partake in Lohar anymore. So it's best to have this event early, and it's just a great way of boosting the Alliance. Let's have a look at the rewards. So for the Dauntless, we got 50,000, 200,000 resources, but it's carryable resources, not gathered. Only half an hour speed up, which isn't great, and 1 Lohar head. Did anyone get the max 4? No one got the max 4, but most people got the 1.5 hours, which is really the medium reward and what you need. Let's have a look though here. Only 10 minutes. I mean, it's really a very low reward for doing the green Lohar, especially if you're unlucky. I actually got almost the best reward there, and remember, I only sent 1 troop. Remember, rude to fill up a Lohar rally. Just send 1 troop and you will get the same reward. So what we can hope for though is a Lohar head here, which we didn't get, but it's a chance of, and if I wasn't in the rally, that's a completely free chance of a Lohar head. And then the Dauntless, bit of stone, always nice, but again, that's also a chance of a Lohar head, even if you're not online. So really important to have either a Lohar party ongoing, especially through those first 2 days, or set a time when those that are controlling the support accounts will all be online and you can really boost everybody. Just imagine if you can land some of those precious Lohar heads into his third skill and get that to 70%, could completely change your early account. The last project event is quite new and really very important. If you can manage to get the people in your jump group to do as follows, you have the chance to really boost the whole jump group and help people get their blacksmiths much faster. The last event is called a helps event. So there is an event quest line called the Helping Hands, which is very rewarding. Again, like the achievements, you might say, well, you're going to complete the Helping Hands quest line without even thinking about it by about day 50 or 60. But by day 50 or 60, those 5-minute or 1.5 hour or 1 hour rewards aren't going to be very useful compared to how useful they will be all together at the start of your new kingdom. The event is very simple. You have a level 6 farm or lumber mill, you upgrade it, which takes 23 minutes, request the helps. Everybody sends the helps like this, so the helps fill up, and once the helps are filled up, obviously you won't get to 17, you'll get to 9 or 10 or whatever a jumper can get. You then go on it and you cancel it, then you wait and then you set it off again. Now remember, you don't have a courier station to spend your food and wood on. This is a way of clearing it and helping your alliance. Everybody will go around and press help again, and this will progress the Helping Hands quest line, which is really valuable. We go into helps now, and there we are. It would look something like this. Obviously, if there's a lot of you online doing this, it will keep appearing and reappearing, but you press help there. Then if you filled your helps up, you'd cancel this, and if you could get 10 or 20 people online at the same time doing this, it would be really significant the number of helps you could generate. So when I'm doing the 1.5 million challenge, I can usually generate on the first day of a new kingdom about, 56 hours, which could make a huge difference to your account. And I know this seems quite extreme to progress your account, but remember, a jumper alliance will literally run out of helps. Once everyone's got to level 7s, there will be no more helps for the rest of that jump, because everybody will be level 7 in the alliance. And it's never been harder to be a jumper. I think you really need to understand the reality that the game has moved on, and although jumping used to be the meta for restart, really sleeper now is far more powerful. And day 10 jumpers are going to have to contend with sleepers dropping in, which could have up to 4 million power, even as free to play, and that's quite intimidating to catch up with. So as a little side note, I would say really as a jumper, to be realistic, if you're a low spender or free to play, you're not going to compete in Sunset Arena, and I would recommend on your main account to develop 5 peacekeepers, 5 gatherers, 2 fighting units, so obviously obviously Sun Tzu and someone else, and it's free to get the green and blue commanders to level 10 3-star, so I really would do it. It may sound ineffective, but you're not going to be competing in Sunset Canyon, and that power spread could help keep you in the top alliance, which could be really important. But it's up to you what you do with your commanders. But just to keep in the back of your mind what's going to drop in on day 10. The next tip is also very simple, that it's never been more important to do the slow build flag for that alliance coin. The reason being, there's barely any point gathering. Even if you were to do the help event, you're barely burning through any resources to cancel a level 6 wood or food meal. So you may as well get that alliance coin, and the alliance coin could be even more useful as if you miss your jump window, because it's never been more difficult to be a jumper now that there is a jumper cap. And that alliance coin could get that passport to get you back to where you're supposed to be should you miss your jump window. So remember, the jump window now could come at any time, and really as a jumper you are committing to being online when the new kingdom starts, which in this case would be in 6, 7, 8 hours. Nobody knows, but if that's 2 or 3 in the morning, really need to stay up, or you're going to need that alliance coin to correct your jump. And once you've corrected your jump, you've missed out on you've missed out on the sanctums, and you've missed out on all the early gold chests, and you may as well have been a sleeper. It's a disaster, but you can correct it with a passport. The last tip is for alliance leadership, or the person that places the center fortress. I would recommend something like this. You want to be by the pass 1 wall, because that's not interesting to anybody, and you want to be near a sanctum, because you then may get that free if one of the main or bigger alliances can't reach it. So this is a lovely little spot. You're down by a level 2 and a level 1 pass, which nobody's building to at the moment, and you're by a sanctum that's miles away. And this would be even better if this was the gathering. What's that? That's only the +3, so this would be even better because it's not an absolutely essential altar either. So if the main alliance in this zone was a pro, they will not be building to this sanctum, and you've got a fair chance of grabbing it. So good luck with your jump, everybody. I hope this video helps somebody build a really powerful jumper.